In this episode of The Road Chose Me, I've driven and hiked into the mountains of northern Guinea. So behind me here, I'm told I can see Senegal, and then far off into the distance this way is Bamako in Mali. Right now I'm in a town called Maliville, which is way up in the northwest corner of Guinea, and it is absolutely stunning up here. The mountains are really jagged rocks, there's beautiful little villages down in all of the valleys, and the weather's totally different up here. It's not humid at all. It was actually cold last night, camping out in the Jeep, and so I'm just having a magic time up here in the mountains. For the most part, the roads have been pretty good gravel around here. That is, until it starts raining. I've arrived in Guinea right in the middle of the rainy season, and every single day it unleashes the heaviest rain I've ever seen in my whole life. As you can see, the roads just turn to rivers, and you just have to make it up and keep trying to move forward. Villages often don't fare so well. The main street just becomes a river, and life has to go on around it. People, animals, motorbikes, everything just have to navigate the river. People often ask about where do I camp and how do I find a place to camp, and so I thought I'd show you this one that I found. So I'm only about 200 yards away from a highway here in northern Guinea in the mountains, and so I pulled off the highway, kind of found my way through the trees. Now I'm sheltered enough I can hear the road, but nobody can see me. I mean, if someone came over here they would find me, but you know, that's how it goes. And so here's my spot that I've found. Here's the Jeep set up for the afternoon, evening. And off into the distance there's the mountains. So that's pointing north up towards Bamako, Mali, and then over this way would be Senegal. I'm probably 100 miles or so from the border right now. So this is the kind of place that I camp. Usually try to get to camp around 4, 5, 6 p.m, like good and solidly before it's gonna get dark, so I'm not too stressed trying to find somewhere to sleep. And set up camp. I'll start cooking dinner here in a minute, edit some photos, and this is home for the night. The mountain roads have been nothing short of spectacular. There's something interesting around every corner. Speaking of which, they've taken me to some amazing places. So that was my campsite, and you just know I have to hike over and get to the base of that waterfall. The wind and spray coming off the waterfall were intense, but I persevered and I went all the way down and swam in that pool at the bottom. I couldn't get right under the water, it hurt too much. I felt like it was going to tear my skin off. Here's another massive waterfall that I found my way to. This one's actually part of a hydro complex built by the Chinese, and I had to get special permission from the military even to be in here. Supposedly some tourists used to come here, and there's a bit of a plaque. You can see from the steps and the lack of handrails, one slip and it would definitely all be over. I'm not ashamed to say I crawled on my hands and knees to the edge to get this video footage. I was shaking like a leaf. I headed right into the middle of the mountainous region of the country called the Fouta Djallon. Here, a local guy, Hussein, has been taking tourists out hiking in his backyard for more than 10 years. This place is unbelievable. It's mind-blowing that nobody ever told me Guinea has the best hiking in West Africa. How do more people not know about this? As it turns out, The Lonely Planet, one of the best travel guidebooks in the world, doesn't even have anything on Guinea. Why not? They say, a general lack of interest. What a joke! This place is amazing! People would be dying to come here if only they knew how good it is. One of Hussein's most popular hikes is called Indiana Jones. and it sure lived up to its name. After stretching time as much as I possibly could, I reluctantly moved on and headed right across Guinea. I didn't really know what to expect when I drove into Guinea. I didn't know if I would find friendly people or roads that I could even drive in the wet season. As it turns out, I have only one regret about my time in Guinea. I wish I got a longer visa. I don't know when, and I don't know how, but I'm sure one day I'll be back in Guinea.